Can your stress and emotions really impact your physical health conditions? I'm Joe Rodriguez, a health psychologist. Let's talk about it. We often think that the mind and body are separate, but in reality, they're deeply connected. Stress, emotions, and mental well-being don't just affect how we feel, they can play a major role in physical health conditions too. From chronic pain to autoimmune disorders, research continues to show us that psychological stress can worsen physical health symptoms and in some cases even contribute to the development of illnesses. But how does this actually work? Let's break it down. Stress isn't just a mental state, it's a full body experience. When we're under stress, our nervous system and immune system react accordingly. If that stress is short term, our bodies can easily handle it. But if the stress becomes chronic, it can start to wear down our health. Here's how prolonged stress and difficult emotions can affect chronic pain, autoimmune disorders, and other physical conditions. First of all, chronic stress fuels inflammation. One of the biggest ways that stress affects our body is through inflammation. When we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol, which is the primary stress hormone, along with inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. In short bursts, this response is helpful. It helps us fight off infections and it heals wounds. But when stress is ongoing, it keeps the body in a state of low-grade inflammation, which has been linked to autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and multiple sclerosis, chronic pain conditions like fibromyalgia and migraines, digestive disorders like irritable bowel syndrome and inflammatory bowel disease. If the body is constantly being told we are under threat, it never fully switches off its immune response, which leads to heightened inflammatory state, and that can worsen existing health conditions. Number 2, stress can increase our pain sensitivity. So have you ever noticed how pain feels worse when you're exhausted, anxious, or overwhelmed? That's not in your head, it's because stress actually amplifies pain signals, and here's how. When stress levels are high, your nervous system becomes more reactive, making pain feel sharper and more persistent. Chronic stress can lower your pain tolerance by interfering with your brain's ability to release endorphins, which are your natural painkillers. And the fight-flight response tightens muscles, leading to tension, headaches, jaw pain, and muscle stiffness, all of which make pain worse. Conditions like fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and migraines are all known to be worsened by stress-induced pain sensitivity. Number 3, the gut-brain connection. Why does stress affect our digestion? Your gut is often called your second brain, and that's for a good reason. Your gut and your brain are directly connected through the vagus nerve, meaning that stress can have an immediate impact on your digestion. Stress can trigger IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, symptoms like bloating, cramps, diarrhea, constipation. They're all often made worse by emotional stress. Acid reflux and stomach ulcers. Chronic stress increases stomach acid production, which irritates our digestive tract. Food intolerances, so stress can disrupt gut bacteria, leading to increased sensitivity to certain foods. So if you've ever had a nervous stomach before a big event, you're experiencing the gut-brain connection firsthand. So now imagine that happening every day, all day, under chronic stress, and that can wreak havoc on your digestion. Number 4, emotional suppression can weaken your immune system. So bottling up your emotions doesn't just affect your mental health, it has a direct effect and impact on your physical health too. Studies have shown that people who suppress emotions like anger, sadness, or fear tend to have a weaker immune response. Chronic emotional suppression has been linked to higher rates of autoimmune disease, increased susceptibility to infections, slower healing from injuries and illnesses. Your immune system thrives when you process emotions in a healthy way. So ignoring or suppressing how you feel, on the other hand, can lower immune defenses and increase your vulnerability to illness. The science of psychosomatic symptoms. Psychosomatic symptoms are real physical symptoms that are influenced or triggered by your emotional and psychological factors, and they aren't all in your head. They're genuine physiological responses to stress and emotions. Some of the most common psychosomatic symptoms include muscle tension and chronic pain. Stress keeps muscles in a constant state of contraction. Chest pain, heart palpitations, anxiety can mimic heart attack symptoms by increasing your adrenaline. Shortness of breath and dizziness, so hyperventilation, rapid breathing from anxiety can cause physical sensations of breathlessness. Digestive issues, so as mentioned earlier, stress disrupts the gut function, leading to nausea, cramps, bloating and IBS symptoms. And fatigue and brain fog, so ongoing stress drains your energy and affects your cognitive function, making it harder for you to focus. So how does this happen? Well, psychosomatic symptoms occur because the brain and nervous system send messages to the body in response to stress. So when the brain perceives something as a threat, even if it's just a stressful thought, the body reacts accordingly. So for example, if your brain thinks that you're in danger, your heart rate increases, your breathing speeds up, which puts you into fight-flight mode. If stress becomes chronic, these responses don't fully switch off, leading to long-term physical health conditions. So this is why many people with health anxiety experience real physical symptoms. Their nervous system is constantly on high alert, causing real bodily reactions. So can you reverse the effects of stress on your body? Well, the good news is yes, we can. The effects of stress on your body can be reduced or even reversed by actively working with your nervous system. First, by learning to regulate your nervous system. So since the nervous system plays a key role in stress-related illnesses, learning to shift out of fight-flight mode can help to calm your symptoms. Breathwork, like slow belly breathing, signals safety to your brain. EFT tapping has shown to reduce cortisol and ease stress-related symptoms. Cold water exposure, like splashing your face with cold water, can activate your vagus nerve, helping your body to calm. Number 2, we can process our emotions rather than suppress them. So suppressing our emotions can worsen our physical health, but healthy emotional release can improve it. Journaling can help us to process stress and reduce emotional suppression. Therapy, such as CBT, EMDR, somatic therapy, they can help to rewire how our brain and body respond to stress. And movement like yoga, dancing, even just shaking it all out can help to release stored tension in your body. Number 3, creating a safety signal for your brain. Since chronic stress keeps the brain in a state of perceived danger, finding ways to send a safety signal can help to break the cycle. Self-compassion, speaking to yourself kindly, can lower your stress levels. Practicing grounding techniques like the 5-4-3-2-1 method can shift your brain out of panic mode. And spending time in nature, it's so simple, but it's been shown to help reduce inflammation and improve our immune function. So, can stress and emotions really impact physical health conditions? Well, absolutely they can. While medical conditions have physical causes, the role of stress, emotions, and the nervous system in triggering, worsening, or maintaining symptoms is undeniable. But the takeaway is that mental health and physical health are deeply connected. By learning to regulate our stress, process our emotions, and work with your nervous system instead of against it, you can reduce your symptoms, improve your well-being, and support your long-term health. Your body isn't just reacting randomly, it's responding to the messages it receives, and the more we learn to send it signals of safety, the better it can heal. Hi, I'm Joe Rodriguez. I'm a health psychologist, anxiety expert and therapist with over 20 years of experience helping people move from just surviving to actually thriving. You can find me on Instagram at Straightforward Psychology. My website is straightforward-psychology.com, and you can also find me on LinkedIn at Joe Rodriguez. I've just spent the day filming with MindFriend. They're a digital platform that provide reliable and accredited mental health videos. Stay tuned for upcoming content.